You are wrecking the car, you dumbass.
Woohoo! Woo!
Is there a problem? You don't look very happy.
It's quite overwhelming, isn't it?
No, is not. You are overreacting. This can go straight to the rig like this.
Okay. Should we put it to the rig?
We can do that, but is not about you. Let's show the options first. I'm loading the guide on your phone. There is table clamp, which can be very useful to show the shifter settings on the bench.
That's actually a great idea.
You are doing everything wrong again. Check the guide well.
I've checked that.
I can see why you took the shifter apart. No one is capable to overcomplicate simple things but you.
Come on, Otis. How it works?
Just put it back together and use the holes on the bothom. It can't be simple than that.
Well, didn't tell me that.
You fucking kidding me? I told you to read the guide and you are doing it wrong. You must be the most pathetic reviewer on YouTube. Is there one thing you can do right without me? I have to check every fucking step you do, and if I don't, that's the result every single time. You know your confidence is only side effect of your stupidity. Always someone else to blame.
Okay, I'm sorry, Otis.
No, I am sorry.
No, I am sorry.
I can see that, but to be honest, I am way more sorry than you.
What are you sorry for?
I am sorry for myself dealing with your stupidity and arrogance every day. Let's move on before I get upset and do something you won't be happy with.
Okay. Was so simple.
You motherfucker, you don't know when to stop, do you? Just make one more impression like that and things will become really nasty for you.
I'm sorry you had to witness the domestic problems we have to deal with my AI while putting together the Aiologs 8-speed gearbox, which I have to admit is the best in terms of feeling and stiffness I ever tried, and I have tried some great shifters over the years. But the disclaimer first, it has been sent to me for test and review under the same conditions as most of the gear you see in this channel, and those conditions are nothing but sharing my personal observation and opinion in video for you guys. That being said, I rarely start my videos claiming something is the best I felt, but this one is from those rare occasions. Going through each slot, the engagement feels like I really push gears together with that metallic sense, and the stiffness is insane even with the longest rod. I also noticed zero play in the neutral position, which is something I never tasted even in a real car, not even a little bit. The three different rod lengths change quite a bit the experience as the pressure point moves up or down, and of course that changed the distance of the movement for each slot, but as I've said, even with the longest one, the shifter is insanely stiff and don't lose anything from that engaging metallic feeling of each gear. If that's not enough, there is 5 different points for adjustment through Y and Z axis with 3 different settings which can further change the experience, and that's the diagram which explains the different peak resistance point for each axis. Of course, I'm not mechanical engineer to explain the mechanism, but it looks like each slot changed the position of the ball bearing parts which give the peak resistance on different places and change the feeling of that engagement. It looks way too complex for my brain, but one thing is for sure, it feels the best I ever had in my hands. I don't know if everything is so precise made, but just see the tolerance between those two parts. Even the air have hard time to escape. This is just so satisfying. And also, the windows on both sides is nice touch with low light inside to shine the complex mechanism in action. All I see around is stainless steel material and really compact design. In terms of noise, it's also very pleasant as it doesn't have that echoish sound and it's not silent, as that's impossible for any shifter, but it's not annoying, that's for sure. Another important part is the perfect stiffness for each axis, which leads easily through different slots, and I can be precise 100% of the time without the need of any practice. It just goes exactly where I want every single time. As I've said, it's 8-speed shifter, and depending of the orientation, the 7th and 8th gear can be up or down, and joining those slots we need to overcome serious amount of pressure, which means they can't be selected by mistake, but the easiest way to go there is with bit more rapid movement and of course enough pressure. As I've said before, this is adjustable too, and this thing is indeed absolute monster. Next cool part are all the different options for attachment. The table clamp is very strong with even 2 rubber parts to protect the surface, and I don't even know what the table or the desk must be to keep with the forces those gears need. There is also a set for single 40mm frame, and the last one is just with that single plate on the bottom which can be oriented to each side. With those 3 options, I believe we are all covered, but one thing I can't cover is durability in long-term use, as I have it for a few weeks only, and even if it looks very solid with those strong materials, I can't predict something I haven't tested for a long time. I feel like Aiologs takes that seriously, as it has dedicated testing machine for this cutie, but if some of you have this for a long period of time, it would be great to share with us. What I can personally guarantee is incredible shifting experience through all 3 rod length and the 5 adjustment points, that's exactly as they are advertised. I'm talking about a price starting from $490 before VAT, including the 3 different rod length, and bottom mounting plate is hefty but at the same time very reasonable for what it is on the current market. In my opinion, feels better than some of the over 1K shifters I've tested, and the Simagic, which is great options too, can't compare to this at all. But keep in mind, the models I mentioned have also sequential mode, and this one is only H pattern, and that can be also the reason it feels so good and so much better than the rest, as it takes the maximum of that H manual shifting. So, if the lack of sequential mode is not problem for you, as I've said, for me this is the best in terms of feeling and stiffness I ever had in my hands, with very reasonable price for what it is. Truck simulations, race car simulations, all covered. I couldn't find single complaint till now, and the only thing left for me is to see how durable will be with the time. Absolutely awesome work from Aiologs.